Hey guys, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel. I'm here with another video. So today I'm going to be doing like a small little book haul. I've had a couple of these books, like it's kind of between February and now that I've gathered a couple of books that I've gotten kind of sort of recently, so I figured I'd share them with you guys. So let's get right into the video. The first book I have is Straight On Till Morning by Liz Braswell. And this is part of the Twisted Tales series. So I talked about them in my books I have to read in 2021. And so this series basically twists tales, as it says in the title. So this one is a spin on Peter Pan, and they pose a question, as you can see up here on the top. And this one is, what if Wendy had first traveled to Neverland with Captain Hook? So I've wanted all of them for a while, and I'm really close to completing the collection. So this is one of the newer ones, I believe. So I'm very excited for this one because I love Peter Pan and I love Neverland, as you could tell by the Neverland Girls series that I read. So that was fun. But yeah, I'm really excited to read this. I don't know when I'll get to it. Like, I don't know when I will get to all of my books. But yeah, I'm excited for this one. The next book I have is Girl A by Abigail Dean. And this one is a book of the month book, which is, you get one book every month, or you can order more, it's up to you, but mainly one book a month. And it's this site, and it's really cool. You pay like $10 for your first book, and then it's $15 afterwards for each additional book, for each additional month after that. And it's a really cool site. I really like it. I've only been using it for a couple months, but it's definitely a site. If you're definitely a reader, you should definitely check it out. But it's a very kind of just cool site, and it gives you 5 choices of different books, kind of one from like each category, like a thriller, or like a fantasy, or a sci-fi, or anything like that. So it's really cool. This one was my February book of the month, I believe. And so this one follows a girl named Lex Gracie, and she grew up in a not-so-great childhood home, and she suffered from her parents' house of horrors, as she calls it. So basically, what happens is when she escapes and gets help for her older brother and her younger siblings, they kind of escape this life, and her mother goes to prison and her father has escaped. So when her mom dies in prison, the family farm that they grew up on is left to them. So her and her younger sister Evie go back to the farm to try and make it kind of like better and, you know, not so horrible, to face the past and all of that, to kind of just, you know, come to terms with what has happened and get stronger from it. And it sounded really good so I'm really excited to pick it up. I'm hoping I can get to it sometime kind of soon, but I'm not sure if I will or not. But it definitely sounds interesting, and I'm excited to read it. The next 2 books I have are Unhinged and Ensnared by A.G. Howard. And this is part of a series, kind of like a twist on Alice in Wonderland. It follows our main character, Alyssa Gardner, who is kind of, you know, known as Alice, who is being played by her, I suppose. Is the right way to say that? I don't know. But regardless, these are the second and third books in the series. I have the first 2 as well. I got them a while back. And when I realized these 2 were part of it as well, I went and picked them up. So basically, it follows Alyssa Gardner and her journeys in Wonderland, becoming, you know, all this kind of crazy stuff, meeting all these crazy people. And I believe this is like Mad Hatter and King of Hearts, it looks like, or Queen of Hearts. I don't know. It kind of looks like it looks like a guy from the cover, so I'm not really sure. But I'm excited to read the series because it seems really fun and interesting, and I love all the twisted tales, as I've mentioned before. So this one kind of seemed like something that would be right up my alley, and I'm excited to read them. The next book I have here is The Night Tiger by Yangsze Choo. And this one I kind of picked up on a whim. I'm not really sure if I'll like it or not. It was kind of, I saw it in the bargain section at my bookstore, and I kind of was just, I looked at the cover, it seemed kind of interesting, so it's kind of just, I'm not sure if I'm going to like it or not, but I figured I'd give it a go. So this one follows Jilin and a boy named Ren. Jilin is kind of like, helps her mother work And what happens is one of her dance partners leaves behind kind of like a gruesome souvenir, and then Ren is trying to help find his master's dead body, it seems like, to help his soul not wander lost forever. He has like 49 days to do it. So the their paths cross, and it seems like they kind of work together some kind of way. I'm not really sure how to describe it. I'm bad at explaining books. We know this. It's just a thing that happens. Oh well. But it seems kind of interesting, and I'm kind of excited to pick it up. So the next book I have is What Happened That Night by Deanna Cameron. And this one is kind of like a murder story. It follows the murder of Griffin Tomlin and our main character, Clara, whose sister killed him. So now Clara is trying to deal with the process of her sister being on trial and her mother being kind of spaced out, her father denying it, and all the questions everyone's asking at school. And so, but Clara's sister calls her up, and she wants to help her sister come to terms with what really happened that night. And it seems really interesting, so I'm excited to read. I love reading stories like this. You know, finding out who did it is mainly what I love about it. But this one kind of tells you, but you can definitely tell there's going to be secret aspects to it. And it seems really interesting, so I'm really excited to pick it up. And the final book I have is The Lost Apothecary by Sarah Penner. And this is also a Book of the Month book. This is my March Book of the Month. So I'm actually hoping to pick this up this month. I'm not sure if I will or not. It depends on how my reading schedule goes. But I'm very excited for this one. So this story takes place in 18th century London, or that's where our story starts. And there are kind of like these rumors where an old woman named Nella kind of is rumored to make these potions for women, for oppressive men in their life, to kind of poison them. And which, you know, kind of set off kind of like, ooh, I want to read that, alarms in my head, because it just sounded really fun. And then you skip forward to Nella meeting a 12-year-old girl named Eliza Fanning. Fast forward 200 years, and we meet an historian named Caroline, discovers kind of an aged vial, Lost Apothecary, as it says, and so she's pained with her husband's infidelity. So what happens is then she links that to the London murders, and then her fate is kind of entwined with Nella and Eliza's. So it seems really interesting, and I'm really excited to pick it up because it sounds really fun, and I'm excited to read it. So that's that. Alright guys, that's all the books I have today. It's kind of just a short little book haul, kind of just stuff I picked up recently. Obviously I don't ever stop buying books, it kind of just happens, you know. I'm a reader, it happens. But thank you guys so much for watching, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye!